ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. The Gospel of Ramakrishna. As we are moving ahead with the technologies, everything is reaching a vantage point and a destructive point. We are moving away and away from nature into the materialistic, extremely materialistic life of possessions and enjoyments. Those who are not able to freely enjoy, they seek some comforts and be satisfied with it. But those who turn themselves exclusively for spiritual life are few. At least if they combine the spiritual life with the external secular life, I don't say it is materialistic life. Secular life. From materialistic attitudes we can come back to secular life of normal living without cravings for possession and enjoyments. Like a few centuries behind, how we lived one with nature, joyfully, though there was no technological developments to the extent it is going to give us comfort. There was hard working, and that more the work, physical work, the body and bodily structure also and health used to be very good. Now, number of hospitals, every street has almost one hospital. To that extent, we are moving with diseases and bodily problems. Here and there we see psychiatrists and psychologists giving solution and moving about. So the whole world is in a kind of chaos from where we cannot return. But as Sri Ramakrishna is telling, slowly shift your movements towards, you cannot come back, but take a turn to the spiritual. And withdrawal also is not possible. Advance in spiritual way, attending to all duties of life, which are inevitable. Avoid all which can be avoided. Freely live a beautiful life. Let your life be a journey to the eternal, in and through the peace, inner bliss, inner security. So this is the message of Sri Ramakrishna. Harmony everywhere, internal harmony, external harmony. Live in harmony with people in the society, religious harmony, linguistic harmony, what all type, political harmony, all types of, wherever there is, varieties of professions are coming up, harmony there. Harmony is where I sacrifice my status, power and all that, sacrifice for the welfare of all. And then there is perfect harmony. Internal harmony, we see internal conflicts constantly going on. Can we reduce it to harmony? I don't seek anything now in my life externally. Understand the principles of life, significance of life, and then you'll see a new light coming up in your life, a thing which is going to lift you far above the normal living, from where you can see all things, like everything. When we are traveling in a flight, or when we climb a hill and see around, all houses, this, that, small it looks. People like ants will be moving about. We can recognize, oh, there is a man going there. It will be just like ant moving, small creature moving. Where are the problems? Whole thing looks so petty, so small things. Your spiritual heights also, just a spiritual awareness of eternity, of unchanging reality, that what we call God, where we have to ultimately reach the plan of nature. We must always remember the plan of nature is evolution of Jiva, not the Darwin's evolution. It is the evolution of the soul, not physical bodily evolution, from amoeba to human. It is from human to the divine. It is internal evolution. The transmigratory soul, the same soul is going to go through various lives, various experiences. Nature takes in such a way that ultimately he reaches the source back. So this is the plan of nature. And to live in line with the nature's plan and according to the laws of nature, we call dharma. To live against it is adharma. Nature wants you to go in this way, I go elsewhere, then it becomes adharma. So dharma is to live as per the nature's plan and according to the laws of nature. So here we come, when we come to the seek harmony at every level, we see Sri Ramakrishna's great presence and need in our lives, both to transcend the nature and go beyond, and when we are living here, to have perfect harmony. Harmony and mutual love, peace everywhere. And it is possible. It is not a utopian dream. It is a practical life. Sri Ramakrishna goes by practical steps. No theory, no speculations, no hypothesis. It is all reality and practicality. So the thing was, we were discussing in this gospel, was a sadhaka who had many visions of God and all, not interested in the world, because world is painful and the purpose of body, human life, and is over, and he committed suicide by cutting his throat. He used to come to Sri Ramakrishna, and even last, while going also, he bows down and says to him, Sri Ramakrishna, I may not come again. My purpose is done. See, when a man becomes kritakritya, even when we join the job, we have a time of retirement. Here, retirement is not because of the fulfillment. When we finish our education and come out, it is some kind of fulfillment is there. What I was seeking, I had. In job, when I join, till the end, I don't get any fulfillment. I am able to maintain my life in this world, that's all. But fulfillment is an entirely different thing. Here, the spiritual life, when a person leads spiritual life, transcends all the laws of nature, and he is in the eternal existence, in the transcendent, whether the body lives or not, it doesn't matter. The purpose for which it was acquired was finished. Yes, a devotee. I am frightened to hear of the suicide. Master, suicide is heinous sin, undoubtedly. Sri Ramakrishna very rarely uses this term sin. He used to dislike that term sin. It is Ananda, world is Ananda, Ananda Swarupa. The concept of original sin also is not there. In ignorance is there. Ignorance. It is sin aspect is not there. Sin and virtue, they don't have merit and demerit. Sin and merit, papa punya, do not have much significance. It is the karmic load, karmic fruit. I can work out. It gives good or bad results. Joys or sorrows of life will pass through, doesn't matter. But the thing is, spiritual evolution is considered. So, the Sri Ramakrishna used to say, one who goes on telling, I am a sinner, verily becomes sinner. Because that slowly enters into the consciousness, it doesn't remain at the mind. When it becomes a part of awareness, he has already become a real sinner, going on telling. Just like we go on telling, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. Slowly I start de-identifying myself from the body and identifying with the spirit, my own spiritual existence. There are two existences in us, physical existence or material existence and the spiritual existence, bodily existence. Bodily existence I am denying, I am affirming, repeatedly I am affirming Aham Brahmasmi. And one day I see I am slowly separating and becoming independent of the body, independent of the mind. Just like I enter into sleep and become independent of body, then independent of mind also. Like that, I become independent permanently and identify. I know that I am spirit. The purpose is over of this body. So this sin concept comes only when there is a aspect of suffering. The sin also is not going to last long. Suffering also doesn't go last long. It gives an experience. I did some sin. It gives an experience and goes away. Some pain. I have given pain to someone. That pain I have to pass through. Action and reactions are equal and opposite. I give some support to someone. I get sometime, somewhere, when I am in need, a support from somewhere. What I have given to the world, I get back. Perhaps in larger quantity when I give it willfully, joyfully. I serve a person joyfully. And the return may be many times what I have given. Because how much of sacrifice I do, how much of dedication I do is the result that I am going to get. So here we see the sin concept. But Sri Ramakrishna uses here the sin, killing oneself, that is, committing suicide, is a heinous act. And because last awareness with which he dies is going to continue till it tapers down and becomes zero. Now, I love someone intimately. That person dies. The amount of grief that I experience is so much I am not able to bear. Still, day by day, its intensity of grief goes on reducing. Any amount of intense pain comes to subliminal level that I am not able to feel within 12 days. That's why this in Hinduism, after death, the 12 days of mourning period is given 12 days, because any grief or any joy or any attainments cannot remain in our consciousness or awareness more than 12 days. Just like I take a medicine, I am having fever, I take paracetamol, and the blood concentration of paracetamol increases, and within 6 hours its concentration decreases to 0. I have to take the second dose in the afternoon. One more paracetamol. It again increases, it tapers down. Like that, whatever I feed inside, it tapers down. This is sin also. It gives some pain and goes away, pain and goes away. But this is such huge amount, because that awareness, last awareness, with disgust, unable to bear, is going to commit suicide in normal cases, not in this present case. So much of his means to kill oneself. I can do any act of revenge, this, that, anything I can do, but to kill oneself, it needs tremendous courage and tremendous to overcome this, all this, and be ready for death without a sacrifice, out of inability to live. I want to live. The clinging to life is there, and I am going to commit suicide because of the situations or inability to bear the suffering. Then it is, my consciousness is filled, all other things, good and right and bad, wrong, everything has gone away, and only one, that situation alone is this one, and I have become so small, a creature unable to bear, a mountain falling on him. So this mountain of awareness to come down, it takes many lives sometimes, many lives. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, I might have committed some sin, even killing someone. I am committing murder. I may have to suffer whole my life, this life and next life also. Lives after our lives, it will not continue. However intensive revenge I may have committed that murder, still a life, whole life, next life I may have to suffer and die. Doesn't matter. But in this case, Sri Ramakrishna says, suicide is a heinous sin, undoubtedly. A man who kills himself must return again and again to this world and suffer its agony. Because to reduce that awareness with which he died, it continues. It doesn't end. You see, we usually see a child weeping and sleeping. It continues to sob in sleep and dream. That sobbing continues. It is asleep. It is continuing. That weeping is continuing. Like that, after death also, it continues. Next life also it continues. Next life also, many lives to. But, Sri Ramakrishna says, but I don't call it suicide if a person leaves his body after having the vision of God. There is no harm in giving up one's body that way. After attaining knowledge, some people give up their bodies. After the gold image has been cast in the clay mold, you may either preserve the mold or break it. Many years ago, a young man of about 20 used to come here to the temple garden from Baranagar. His name was Gopal Sen. In my presence, he used to experience intense ecstasy that Hriday had to support him for the fear that he might fall on the ground and break his limbs. That young man touched my feet one day and said, "Sir, I shall not be able to see you anymore. Let me bid you goodbye." This is another person, not the earlier one who has committed suicide. "Let me bid you goodbye." A few days later, I learned that he had given up his body. Even Jnandev, a Maharashtrian saint. At the age of 21, he finishes his realization of God, teaching people, and also so many books, standard commentary on Bhagavad Gita, Jnaneshwari. He writes everything, finishes his work and takes Jivan Samadhi himself, entering into a pit and getting covered. All his disciples will be there. He wants to enter into. They take a japamala, a pit will be dug, and he goes and occupies that seat and takes the japamala and goes on doing. He raises his consciousness to all-pervading consciousness and starts becoming one with the divine in absolute sense. The japamala he was revolving on his finger just drops off. The moment it drops off, they cover the pit with the stone slabs. This is Jivanta Samadhi. While living, he gives up the body willfully, joyfully, as the purpose is over. The mold has finished the casting of the golden, and the mold is broken. I learned that he had given up his body. It is said that there are 4 classes of human beings: the bound, those aspiring for liberation, the liberated, and ever perfect. This world is like fishing net. Men are fish, and God, whose Maya has created this world, is the fisherman. When the fish are entangled in net, some of them try to tear through the meshes in order to get their liberation. They are like men striving for liberation, but they by no means all can escape. A few jump out of the net with a loud splash, and then people say, there, one big goes away. In like manner, 3 or 4 men attain liberation. Again, some fishes are so careful by nature that they never get caught in the net. Some beings of ever perfect class, like Narada, are never entangled in the meshes of the worldliness. Most of the fishes are trapped, but they are not conscious of the net and of their imminent death. No sooner are they entangled than they run headlong, net and all, trying to hide themselves in the mud. They don't make the least effort to get free. On the contrary, they go deeper and deeper into the mud. These fish are like bound men. They are still inside the net, but they think they are quite safe there. This Ramakrishna divides the jivas, the living beings, into 4 classes. Those who are bound. Always they try to remain bound. They don't want to come out. They are called baddha, mumuksha, mukta, and those ever free, nitya siddhas. It is said that there are 4 classes of human beings: the bound, baddha. They are always bound. Those aspiring for liberation, mumukshu, I want to get release, I want to transcend the nature and go beyond. That is the people who aspire for liberation. The liberated, a few gets liberation and liberated, jivan muktas, that is siddhas, who have attained the perfection. and the ever perfect. They are never Naradadi, Nitya Siddhas, who are ever perfect, and they are never caught in the world of Maya. Then Sri Ramakrishna gives the example of fish net. Net is thrown, some suddenly somehow escape. Some are never caught. They are so clever that they are never caught. They are Nitya Siddhas. Those jump away of those who try to escape and go away, few jump away. They are muktas, and these people who could not go away remain in the, and others are there who do not even try. They go ahead into the net and get dip themselves, hide themselves in the mud, thinking that they are safe there. So these four, they are baddhas, that is, they are bound souls. Trying to hide themselves. They do not make least effort to get free. On the contrary, they go deeper and deeper into the mud. These fishes are bound men. They are still inside the net, but they think they are quite safe there. This is the wrong understanding that we feel and see, that we are safe here, everything is going on. A bound creature is immersed in worldliness, in woman and gold, that is, desires and possessions, having gone deep into the mire of degradation. When we say mire, the moment he starts moving, he goes deeper and deeper, deeper. You cannot come out. You don't have any support to pull yourself out. If you stand as it is, you are slowly sinking. It's called quicksand. Quicksand. Mire. If watery slash, it's called mire. In the mire of this one, when I was there on the banks of Narmada, one day I was crossing one stream. River is there, the Narmada river. A stream is coming and joining. I was on the banks of Narmada for some time in Ishwarpur for a long time, 4-5 years. There, once two streams come and join the river where I was there on one side and the other side, two streams. I had gone to the village. I thought I will take shortcut through the fields and come back. So one bag was there behind, in that water bottle was there. I was getting down. It's small, about 30 feet I have to get down and cross. I was seeing water is just 9 inches there. I can see the soil below. I thought I'll be able to cross and go. I got down. I kept my leg inside. It is slushy water. I went up to the knee. By that time I lost my balance. I had to pull my other leg. Then I kept the other leg. I started going inside. I came up to the waist. It is still deeper. I did not know what to do. I just leaned on the bank. It is slopey. I come down the slope and entered. I am not able to go. If there is this level land, at least I can pull my body. Then I just leaned on that and trying to move upward. It's very difficult. I was not able to pull out. And I had to give my elbows to support, and on the elbows I had to pull my body up little by little, little by little. And then I cannot wash also. I had to come out and go to the river, wash myself and walk all the way back. That is the slush that we experience. That is the mire. Suppose I lost all the support, I will be simply sinking inside. Next movement would be, further movement would be up to neck, then totally disappearing. So that is the mire of the world. Once you enter, it is difficult to come out, escape, because it is like quicksand. You move, you are sinking. Move, you are sinking. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dritavigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.